prime bit of water. You can just see where the bubbles are, where that bubble line, so that's where all the food is going to be directed. And we've just got to concentrate our cast into that. And we just need him to take this big, looks like a hopper. And you just expected a fish to be up there. Another lovely little rainbow. And I think that's the beauty of these little rivers. I mean, they're not big fish, but every cast you're hopeful of a fish, and you're expecting one to sit there, and they certainly can be all the time as well. So. We always use the net, as we always talk about, even though they're small fish. We just want to protect them a little bit, stop them thrashing around too much, particularly on the bank, and then we can control them. There you go. Now, isn't that fun? That's what it's so exciting. You're just expecting one, and I reckon there's going to be one on the left-hand side as well. So she's thick with fish, so it's a great river to fish. We've just got a great little, and there we go. A great little drop off, I was saying there, into a nice slower pool, and he's a good brown. Oh, he's a bit bigger than the other ones. He's a good £1.5 pounds. But that's what you're up against. You've got a great little run, and that's where you target your casting. In this little area here, it's going to be a good fish, and he's, got a bit of go in it. And that's why with a light little rod, it's such great fun. And it really does even things out a bit. You can't just boss them around too much. You've got to let them go when they want to go. And he's a lovely fish. Great colours. And it just pays, if they're going to have a little bit of go in them, that you want to get that line onto the reel, so it's not tangling around your legs. So it helps to keep the pressure on him and wind till you can get it on the reel, and then you just let the reel do the work. So now that we're right, we want to try and get a little below him, and it's much easier rather than run down the middle of the river to get on the side on these slippery rivers as well. We'll try and get behind him. Takes the pressure off the fly and off the tippet instead of trying to drag him upstream. I mean, it's a brilliant fish for this river. I mean, that's a great fish. Well, you've got to be happy with that. You've got to be happy with that. If you're not, we'll actually even get the weigh net out. There you go, £1.5 pounds. In a river you could probably jump across most of the time. And you're getting him on a lovely little rod, nice dry fly. You see the whole thing unfold in front of you, and that's why you go fly fishing. For me anyway, that's why you do it. This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. I was just trying to say before we were rudely interrupted by that £1.5 pound brown, that this is your prime spot where the water's cascading over those rocks. Plenty of oxygen, you're going to have plenty of nymphs, plenty of food directed in there, and that's where we're going to direct our cast. We only got to the tail end of the pool, which is where you should start, and then work your way up. So there's still a good chance, even though he was quite a big fish, it could be a bigger fish even still further up this run. So it's worth a couple more casts just to see what you can pull out of the same bit of water. like, oh, and one just come up and to smack it and I missed him. So I must stop talking to the camera and watch that fly.
Small streams like this can be found throughout Victoria, and the enjoyment derived from discovering them is only increased by the trials experienced and effort dedicated to uncovering them.
Oh, he's a good solid rainbow. Oh dear. Here we go. That's, yeah, when they go down, downstream you're in a bit of trouble. But yeah, there's a little bit of traffic down there too. So we'll try and keep him up. Get him on the reel there, put a bit of pressure on him. And that's a rainbow, he's probably a pound, but fantastic. I just love that dry, that absolute ripper. But to come up and hit it, and try and get him in here, I need him a little bit shorter. Just if you keep his head out of the water, he can't swim off and we get him in. Well, there he is, he's like a pound, but geez, they've got power straight off. And as soon as you hook up, you just feel it straight off and you know, oh, that's a nice fish. He's aggressive and he's got the power to do you if he knows. So you've got to keep the pressure on. It's all well and good having a soft little rod, but you need something to bit of go so you can direct him around a bit, particularly in tight little water like this. So that's a great fish in here. It's always good too with the net. You get them in the net early, they've still got plenty of life in them rather than tiring them out too much. So they're good to go again pretty quickly. Let's unhook him. Just stunning fish. Not as red as what the other ones are, but they're in such good nick and just fit.